What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Bridge Now. I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose now. Because in boxing, one punch can change it, no matter who you are, no matter how good you are.
I love her because she from the hood though. From the hood though. She like really from the hood.
Make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose.
That's not said Nate will never live that down. No, he won't. But it's not about it's about how he gets up.
They doing that Wakanda scene when they was just like,
It's about your heart because you can get knocked down so many times and people can make fun of you, but it's about their resilience. Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? This is Ringside with Ray and Prince. Today, we got some special treats for you. A lot of things can happen today. We got Ray, he in the middle of driving to Reno. He want to miss this, so he jumping in. He may have some good signal, he may have some bad signal, but it don't even matter because we got a lot to talk about today on this show. There's a lot that has been going on this week. There's so much happening in the sports world, and we are here to deliver the information to you, to educate you, empower you, and entertain you on Ringside. To be here today, baby. What's going on, man? How you doing?
All good, man. I can't look at y'all. I can't look at the comments because I'm on the road, but I'm here. We showing up. The NFL draft is today. We got a lot of action happening. I'm almost in Reno for my daughter's volleyball tournament, so I gotta make sure we out here. We still gotta get it done.
Man, that's awesome. Can you hear me? Somebody said that my audio was off.
I can hear you with your audio. You got a little bit of static.
A little static, man. Why is it every time?
A little static, man.
Every time. Give me the bridge on. Every time I do this, man, I get a little static. I don't understand. It's not automatic. Like my electronics want to just do it like this. It's all right. You know what? We're gonna make it work.
We'll make it work, man. Hey.
Right. I'm done. I'm in my way. I got to get my way.
Break up. I'm in the show. Was Prince changing something? I can't tell. I can't even look and see. Oh, there you go.
can you hear me? Does it sound a little bit better?
Yeah, way better.
All right, cool. Look, man.
Way better.
If we're not able to look good, feel good, play good, then we're gonna have to get rid of you. Because that's what Deion Sanders is doing. He said 51 people in the portal, they leaving. They was like, we getting up out of here. Look, Deion Sanders ain't coddling people. He ain't doing none of that I'm going to hold your hand and do this. He want to know who his dogs are. And so if he got rid of 51 people, then he probably got about 60-something people left. Man, look, let me say something to you.
Hey, the transfer portal ain't no joke. And they said Deion just opened the door wide open. Like, he is not playing around. You got kids moving back and forth. This is not your mom's college. This is not college like it used to be. The game has changed. The game has changed, man.
And he's shaking up the world. Shaking up the college world, man. Look, Deion is doing his thing. We're going to get a chance to talk about that. We're going to talk about Deion, man, but we need to talk about what's going on in the playoffs. Everything is just on fleek, on fire. We got Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks. They over here missing the interviews. They don't care. They thugging it out. We got the no-show bros. The Lakers. We got the Lakers and the Grizzlies. Man, this playoffs is on fire. It's either win or go home. Man, Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings, boy. That game is that series is on fire, man. They are going back and forth. The Suns can close it out with the Clippers. You already know, and everybody been talking about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and just them combined, they will be paid about $484 million. See, I told you don't know what's gonna happen today. Ray just dropped his phone. You know.
Yeah.
Look,
I got it sitting up here on the windowsill on the screen. So anytime some movement happens, there you go. It's gonna fall.
There you go.
I need to get my thing. Okay, now I got it locked in now. There we go.
All right, we got it locked in. So it's all good because guess what? Looks like Philly had it all locked in when they beat Brooklyn. Do you think that was just a easy sweep, or was it something that the Brooklyn Nets are already kind of broken, and Philly was just able to just run through them? I'll let you answer that later, man. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Brooklyn broken. Brooklyn is broken.
Brooklyn is broken, man. We got Kyrie Irving making some. See, he's sounding off blast offs from Celtics to the Rockets. Ime Udoka agreed to the new deal with the Houston Rockets, baby. What's going on? Look, they
Your man is back.
Yeah,
hide your kids, hide your wife. Hide your wife.
Literally. Look, let's not do that, but yes, we're gonna keep it going, man. In baseball, man. Look, man, it seems like all these big companies, Disney, ESPN, everybody is getting let go, including all of the cash cows for each business. It seems like they just want to let everybody go, even on the sports side. They have layoffs. ESPN just fired one of their MLB reporters, Miss Marley Rivera, after a confrontation last week. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that as well for all y'all baseball.
She out there using the C word.
We're not talking about 2020. We're talking about another C word. So we'll update you on that. Coach Prime, he pretty much cut the whole Colorado team. We already talked about that, man. And I just want to talk. I want to dive in a little bit deeper. I just want to dive in. What
about Ryan Garcia and Tank? We got to talk about that.
Ooh, Ryan Garcia and Tank, man. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what you think, everybody. I told Ray and I told Kev, I said Ryan Garcia gonna beat him. And when I heard that he was in the professional world for 10 years, 10 years in the professional world, and 10 years, I knew right away. Look, he was gonna beat him. He was gonna beat him. Look, even if you got a nice, strong, beautiful punch, you can't hit what you can't see. That's all I gotta say. You can't hit what you can't see, man. And I tell you this: my hats go off to Javonte Davis, right? Because everybody over here praising Ryan Garcia for taking on the fight and losing. I didn't know that we praise the loser more than we praise the winner. I'm gonna praise the winner. I'm gonna say congratulations, Tank, for doing your thing, man. You look good. I already knew he was gonna win. There was a couple of things that he said at the end of the fight that I just knew right away. I said, man, Tank got this down pat. So we're gonna go into that, man. We got like you said, the NFL draft is happening right now. The Commanders. What's going on with the Commanders? They said they don't want Lamar Jackson, and they said they're not going to extend Chase Young 5th-year contract. They're not going to continue here for a 5th-year option, man. So what's going on with the Commanders? Your team, DC? I don't know. You just gotta let me know.
They try to make it difficult. They try to make it difficult. They try to make it difficult for Magic coming in there.
Come on, man.
Haters.
Got to be more like Showtime. Look, y'all make sure that y'all hit that link below and subscribe to Ringside with Ray and Prince. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, make sure that you follow the both of us, or just jump over to YouTube and go and hit that subscribe button so you can catch the updates on our show, Ringside with Ray and Prince. Look, y'all, we're looking to have a special guest drop in. Y'all may know him, but we're gonna get a chance to introduce him to you, okay? Look, in the soccer world, man, I don't know if you know, but Dennis Rodman's daughter is playing soccer. Her name is Trinity Rodman, and she is doing big things. She just got paid really big, man. We're gonna talk about that, about how she just broke history, getting paid a little bit more than what the average woman used to get paid. So, and she's only 19 years old, man. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump into the show, man. Let's go ahead and get it, man. Look, basketball, the playoffs, it's on fire. It's either win or go home. The Lakers have came back, claimed they throw. They said they're not going to go home. They beat the Minnesota. Is it the Minnesota? No, the Memphis Grizzlies.
Memphis Grizzlies, yeah.
We got John and Dylan Brooks. After they got beat in what was that? Game 4. They didn't show up to the press conference. No show for the young bros. Great. Look, man. Tell me, man. What do you think? Do you think they're being unprofessional? Or is it accepted now because it's a younger generation? What's up?
Yeah, I mean, they tried to pull a Marshawn Lynch and not show up. Say, hey, we just going to do this. I mean, I'm sure they're going to get a fine because it's part of their contracts to be available to the media outlets and post game conferences and things like that because that's how they sell the game. But them boys, they said that they went there and got embarrassed. They was mad. Dylan Brooks went out there and talked up, poked the bear. The bear came back and responded. And then they said, hey, we got to go back to this next game, and we got to lock in, figure out how do we not get swept, how do we not get kicked out, and how do we not just lose this whole series 4-1, and find a way to win back home. So that's a little pride talking. I think it's just a little pride talking, and they wanted to set a different tone that they ain't had nothing to say. They just was gonna go play.
All right. Well, we're gonna see. That's that Game 5 coming up, man. So I'm pretty sure that the Lakers are probably going to win this one. I don't know. It could be a tight game.
Man, LeBron and the Lakers, they was 38 years old. Like an old man that had gone through a long game, and he was just tired. He even said he played like S. He like, man, I was terrible. That's gonna happen. You got a quick turnaround. Shoot. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. And after they win the series, if they win the series, they got to turn around and play Golden State. The winner between Golden State and Sacramento Kings, man. So they're gonna be running up and down the court. So it's a battle this year, man. I'm looking forward to it. Them young boys, they're gonna run you out the
young
court.
boys out there running, man. And the thing is, this year it's unlike any year in the NBA because you have a play-in team that knocked off the number one seeded team in the East Coast. The Milwaukee Bucks went down to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat barely made the playoffs. They had to win playing games, and then they knocked the Bucks off.
The Milwaukee Bucks, man, knocked them off. Man, Giannis, he was a little bit heated, from the questions that the reporters were asking him at the end of the game. And one of the reporters said, "Do you think that this is a failure?" He's like, "Look, man. Hey, I thought he did a really good job of conducting himself, and with English not being his first language, and how he articulated himself, and he broke it down. He said, there are no failures in team sports. He said there's just steps to rebuild yourself to get to success. He said, but there are no failures. He said, it's all a part of the game, so stop asking me questions like, I think it's a failure, man. He said, we're going to go back, watch the film, and then figure out what we're going to do next year. That's it." It's like, man, good job. I was clapping for him.
He pulled it together. He even pulled out. He said that Michael Jordan, played 15 years and then won 6 championships. He said, with the other 9 years failures, I was like, oh, okay, Giannis out here. He out here using philosophy on it.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. He out here, man. I just want to give a shout out to some of these people that's in here. Tom Master, what's going on? Kev, what's going on? Jerry, what's going on? Simone, what's going on? Like, everybody, thank you all for supporting us. Make sure that y'all let everybody know to go click that link, man. Man, yeah, look, he conducted himself really well. And he's doing his thing, man. But somebody else that has really conducted themselves well is KD. Kevin Garnett. I said KD. I mean KG. I said Kevin Garnett. Kevin Durant. My bad, man. Look, Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. They went over there and they roasted the Clippers. Look, granted, the Clippers did not have their players. I understand, man. I understand, and I would have hoped that they would have had their players, but.
Hey, so does that mean Kev's prediction is over with? Kev predicted Clippers was going to win at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, he did. They got clipped. Look, his prediction is yeah, okay. Anyway, trash. All right, so
He said, like Mr. T said, I predict pain.
right. Hey, Kel, you know we love you, man. But man, look, you already knew that the Clippers was gonna get clipped, man. So look, the Clippers just got clipped by the Phoenix Suns. They roasted them. It was 4-1. It wasn't a sweep. The only team that did get a sweep is Philly when Philly beat the Brooklyn Nets. So look, man, the West is heating up. The West is heating up, so it's going to be Minnesota. The Denver Nuggets against the Suns, right? And then we're going to have Golden State against it's between Golden State and Sacramento Kings against the Lakers and the Grizzlies. So I'm thinking that the Lakers are going to win, so it's a possibility. On the East side, we got Atlanta versus Boston. Atlanta just forced a game 6.
Man, they pulled that thing out. Those games were good.
Those games are good, man. Look, man, they done made Janet Jackson have to postpone her concert, which they had already wrote it into the stadium saying, the schedule for the stadium saying, oh yeah, Janet, they ain't gonna win, so you're gonna go ahead and go on Wednesday. And they forced game 6, so now she's gonna perform on Friday, man. So they been over there messing up people's money, man.
Hey, they thought that they said, man, the Hawks about to get swept up out of here. Let's go ahead and clean this thing up. Go ahead and have this concert. And the Hawks said, no. They ain't going. Trey Young said, yo, I ain't no Anthony Davis. I'm gonna go out here and close this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing.
I'm gonna keep playing, y'all. Man, everything is everything is up. They said, don't count us out. What are y'all doing? Look, we are Atlanta Hawks. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it do what it do. So we got Atlanta Hawks versus the Celtics, and we got Philly versus Philly just beat the Brooklyn Nets. So now, who we left with? Now we're left with the Miami Heat. So the Miami Heat are going to play Philly, I believe, and then Atlanta is.
Yep.
The Knicks and the Cavaliers as well, man. Who do you think gonna win between in that series?
Oh, so yeah, you got the Knicks and the Heat, and then the winner of Philly is gonna play the winner of Boston, Atlanta. So I got, man, Jimmy Butler been playing out of his mind.
Man, he has.
Jimmy Butler been playing out of his mind. But the Knicks faithful, you know how it's going to be in MSG, Madison Square Garden, Brogdon and that crew, them young boys, they playing great ball, man. So yeah, I think that's going to be probably the best series going.
Ooh, all right. We got it right there. Miami and New York, man. It's going to be a nice one right there. And then we have the 76ers, and it's between Boston and Atlanta. So who you think going to win that one?
Hey, if Boston can pull it out, I think I had them as the best team in the East, and they have depth, they have stars, and then you got the Philadelphia 76ers who have been having some injuries with Embiid. If he ain't 100%, man, they're gonna have some problems because old man Harden be slacking sometimes, man. He come on, he'll play well, but then. He struggles, but Maxi's been playing well too. So I mean, I got the Celtics over there, man.
Wow, man. I mean, the Knicks is looking good, man. The Philly. I think they'll be able to pull something out. I don't know. I think when they played the Nets were broken, and now they're gonna have a challenge moving forward. So I just want to see what the next round is going to look like.
Well, I'm not cheering for the Celtics. I can't say I'm cheering for the Celtics because of what they did to Ime Udoka. But I think they're a better team. So if it was off of emotion, I'd be saying Embiid in Philly and the cheesesteak is going to win.
Let's go get them. Like Rocky, Right, I'm with you on that, man. Look. The fact that you mentioned Ime Udoka, I just want to say blast off from the Celtics to the Rockets. Because look, man, Ime Udoka is back on the market. Actually, he's off the market. The Houston Rockets just picked him up. They just agreed to a deal to become the next Houston Rockets head coach. What they doing over there in Houston, baby? Hey, look, okay, that's my city. That's my state. What's going on in Houston, man? They said we're gonna pick up the scraps, pick up the pieces. I say pick up the pieces.
Hey. Woo. Hey, I don't know what's going on over there in Houston.
Ime Udoka is back in town. Look.
It's hot. They got that drill and trap music down there. So that chopped and screwed. So that's why they brought him down there for that chopped and screwed. Because he know how to do that apparently.
Look, man. But shout out to Ime Udoka. He's back where he feels comfortable, and that's coaching. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have something in his contract where he's not able to
talk to nobody's wife.
Yeah, exactly, man. Not able to talk to anybody's wife, and so it's gonna be in his contract. All he has to do is just be able to coach the basketball team. So Houston is looking to acquire some really interesting pieces this year for the draft. So we'll see. I think they're in contention to get the young fella, Victor, the young long guy, right?
Wamiyama. I can't even say that man's name.
Wamiyama. Houston loves red peppers. Laugh out loud. H-Town fever, baby. Pineapples, baby. Pineapples. Yeah, man.
The pepper is rolling down there.
Houston does love some controversy, so we'll check it out. We'll see. I think Houston is going to change this program around. The owner said, I don't care what.
I think your man got a Wingstop down there, don't he?
Right. They got Wingstop down there. But the owner of Houston Rockets said, I don't care what Ime Udoka did. Heck, he can have one of my staff people. But look, we here to win. We want to bring a championship to Houston, Texas. And he said he thinks that they can do that with Ime Udoka, man. And I don't see why he shouldn't get a second chance. So I just want to hear everybody else's thoughts. What you think? Does Ime Udoka, does he deserve a second chance, or like let's write him off? I don't think we should turn our back on anybody. Everybody needs a second and third chance, man. This is life. So, but speaking of life, I just want to see him thrive. So I'll be checking out the Houston Rockets as well as Ray. I think we lost Ray for a minute, so I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep going in because I'm gonna switch it over to baseball. Let me see. I want to answer your comments. Everybody got comments. Everyone talking about what's going on. There we go. We got Ray back. But Ray, baseball is happening. MLB. We here. ESPN is over here doing what everybody else is doing, and that's firing people. But they felt that they had a reason to fire somebody else, so ESPN just fired their MLB stellar reporter, Miss Marley Rivera, for calling her colleague a freaking you spelled the rest. And so there was a report that came out and said they had fired Miss Rivera after a confrontation last week with a fellow reporter at Yankee Stadium. They say that she called the other reporter a freelancer working with Tokyo Broadcasting, and she called him a effing C, as I said, after he attempted to interview Aaron Judge, who Riviera set up time with for an interview. And so it sounds like he undercut her, and he went for the interview, and so she got pissed, and so she called him a name. And just from her calling him that name in that professional setting, because other people heard it, they fired her. But I think it was something where it was a long relationship where they wanted to get rid of her, and she gave them a reason. So she effed around and found out, so like you can't be name calling at the job site. So I get it, man. Look, I got Kev. Kev made a comment. He said I knew he was going to get a second chance It came quicker than I thought, or she was going to get a second chance. It came quicker than she thought. Look, firing is running rapid right now, and on all sectors, all businesses, CNN, Fox News, Fox Sports, they just getting rid of people, and I understand. You know, Tom Massey even made a comment about Ime Udoka that, you know, he thinks that everybody should get a second chance because he's a good coach. And now, Miss Rivera, do y'all think that she should get a second chance? I think she should. You know, nobody's job is safe right now, and so they're finding reasons to let go of people. I think there's going to be a lot more entrepreneurs in this world right now with everything that's going on in the world. So we're going to see, right? My partner, he left me. He on the road. He driving. So if he come back in, he come back in. If not, there he is. Boom, 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 man. So
I would say I'm back in. I was like, man, y'all put me on the sideline.
Man, you all in the boonies, no signal. You on the
The
sideline.
boonies, man.
Right? Exactly, man. So
I know.
I just talked about
So yeah, all it is mountains and snow.
Right? I just spoke about Miss Rivera, and she out here, you know, calling people the name. She sent out an apology, said that she apologized and that she was unprofessional, and she let her emotions get the best of her. You know, like right now, everybody's working on eggshells. No matter what production that you're working with, whether you on ESPN, you're working with Disney, Amazon, they letting everybody go. You know, they cutting these.
Hey, you on CNN, Fox News? They cutting everybody out. Don Lemon, Tucker Carlson. They like, shoot, the money getting funny out here. So
the money,
long as the money was good, long as the money was good, they like, hey, we'll do whatever. But now the money getting funny. They're like, nah, man, we gotta shake it up.
They cutting their cash cows. So you know something that's going on a macro level, on a macroeconomic level. I studied that in college, man. So you know, I got my ears to the streets. I know what's going on. So everybody, and whoever has a job right now, like be mindful of what you're doing, how you're working, because they're just cutting everybody's job because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world that we do not know about because we're constantly working when they're making decisions. So I just want to leave it at that. But I'm gonna tell you who else is constantly working and making decisions. I want to go to the NCAA and I want to talk about Mr. Prime Time. Yes, I'm calling him Mr. Deion Sanders. Look, Ray, I understand we're the transfer portal. That's something new. But I have never heard of over 50 players entering the NCAA transfer portal to go to another school when a new coach
For one team.
For one team.
For one team.
Look, Deion making history. He set records. He set records for all the kids that showed up, all the fans that showed up for the spring football game. He had ESPN out there. Georgia University, that has a good program, had ESPN too. Deion had ESPN. Let me tell you something, man. Deion Sanders is doing it big. He told them players, hey, you want to get in the portal? We'll usher you over there. We'll put you in a stroller and send you over there because I'm not going to call on any of y'all today. Man, so, look, Deion Sanders, they had a great spring ball game. His son did extraordinary. He was having a good time. Ray Pone just fell. It don't even matter. Look, Deion said, look, go. I'm going to tell you this. It's about greatness, man. And if I was any of those kids' parents, I would tell them to stay. I would tell them to wait it out and work harder and push and fight for your position. Because if they don't face any type of adversity, man, they're going to fall for any and everything. And it ain't sweet on the other side. You know, the grass is not always greener. Like, yeah, you got to remember, this is not the NFL. This is a business, and the players don't really know how to navigate themselves in this uncharted territory. So, all these players that enter in the portal, there's a possibility that they could not have a team to go to. Not every player is good enough to go to another team and compete with somebody else. You got to remember, if these players going to LSU,
Absolutely.
Miami, Alabama, all these other schools, guess what? You're going to be riding the pine. You would have had a better if you would have stayed in Colorado. Like, you're going to have to wait it out, man. And so Deion is figuring out who those dogs are. And another thing is, when they go to these other schools, these coaches are not going to coddle them. They can't. They can't. It's just too many players. It's too many players, and you have to be a
Too
6-star,
many.
7-star, or 8-star, and they only go up to 5-star. Last I heard, so you're gonna have to do a little extra something change, little extra something strange for some change. Yeah, everyone
Some
should get a
strange for some change.
yeah. So do something strange for some change. Thank you, Ray, man. Pause. Right.
Woo.
Right, man. So it's happening, man. They say even Jenny Craig is laying folks off. Good googly move.
Oh
Man.
hell! You know when fatness going out of style, you can't make a living off of being, making fat people skinny. Then it's a problem. It's a problem.
Hey,
I'm
man.
about to pull over, man.
Everything is happening, man. Look, they said Kev said he think that these players waited too long to enter the transport portal. What are your thoughts on that?
Uh, that I mean they want to wait and sit what's happening. Um, so I mean that's what it is, man. They want to wait and see what's going on to see whether they want to stay or go. And when they see the writing on the wall, they see spring ball, they see things happening. I mean, they're in the middle of the time that they can do it, so I don't see an issue.
Right. Well, I mean,
Hey, we
spring
got we got
ball.
we got somebody. I just got a text message. Our special guest is in the queue. They waiting.
Oh, they waiting, man. So here we go, man. So let's just go ahead and just knock it out of the box, Rick, and just go ahead and bring our special guest on, man. So we can go ahead and get straight to it.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
gonna talk
pulling
about
over.
some boxing. Oh, Ray said he about to pull over all the time, so he don't lose no signal.
Yeah, I got to pull over right here. I'm in a good space.
All right, cool. The one and only, the one and only Mr. Evans, Mr. Rashad Evans. How you doing, big dog? How you doing, King?
I'm good, man. Just been on the road traveling a bit, but all is well. All is well.
Man, that's beautiful,
Should
man. That's good. The hair looking good, man.
Man,
Everything looking good. Skin
I
looking
had to
good,
get it
feeling
going.
good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Ray, what's good,
What's
baby?
going on, brother? Man,
Good, man.
I'm up here. Yeah, I'm up here in I'm in Carson City right now, headed to Reno. So I had to just pull over so we can get this moving, man. Taking my daughter to her regional championships for volleyball. So, you know,
That's what's
hey,
up.
we in it, but we got a lot to talk about, man. Real quick, I just wanted to hop right in. I know you on the road. I'm on the road. Prince there holding it down. But I want to talk about what's going on, man. Did you get to see the fights this weekend?
I did. Yeah, I seen him. I seen him.
Oh,
What you think?
what you
What you
think?
think about the Davis fight, man?
Man, I thought. I mean, Tank is just a monster, man. You know, he does everything right. You know what I'm saying? And the adjustments that he makes in real time is exceptional. You know what I'm saying? I will put his skill level up there. I mean, you know, when you see Mayweather and all his perfection, everything that he could do, you would have never thought that. You would have thought it'd be a long time before we see that kind of perfection, that kind of mastery of the game. But Tank has shown me, man, he's got that ability to kind of slow things down, and he's got that vision to see opportunities and openings. And the fight was over after the second round. After the second round, once Garcia was rushing in, it was a telling moment because that you didn't know if the pressure was going to get to Tank and he was going to make a mistake, but he used that good vision that he had and he found an open, and then after he landed that big overhand left, Ryan Garcia was afraid to come inside, the whole fight. So then he just kept playing, at the wrong range the rest of the fight and never really got his
Right.
jab going and was just kind of getting exposed just by the faster hands of Tank Davis.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I saw and I talked about because Tank said that Ryan kept coming back with the same combination multiple times and he looked like he was a little bit agitated, and
Yeah.
so he said, okay, I'm waiting for my opportunity and I'm gonna just time it and hit him. So tell me about that when you're in a fight and you see early on that
Yeah.
a fighter is going to make a mistake and you already know what you can do. What is that like when you're in the ring? You're like, okay, I see what you're doing already.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
respect.
it's the best, man. Because once you feel like you got him in the bag, it's just a matter of time before you're able to uncork what you feel like you can uncork and really hit him with something to make it really in concrete what you see. But I mean, it's just his ability just to dissect things, and when you're out there, it's easy to get in the mindset of just practicing what doing what you train for the last 10 or 12 weeks or however long you've been training for, and then go out there and do it. It's a lot harder to make the adjustments during the fight because sometimes you go out there and you have a game plan, but that game plan ain't working, and you got to figure out a way to make the adjustments along the way. And for Ryan Garcia, he went out there and he started throwing big wide shots, and after he started throwing big wide shots, he got so far in the hole. Only thing he really could, close the gap with was landing one of those big shots. So the more risk he took in the beginning was the same risk he had to take in the end. But at the end, he didn't feel as if like he was, each and every single round as it passed, he felt like he was getting further and further away from a win. So he started to defeat himself. And you can see that just like in his whole body posture and even the combinations that he was throwing. It just lacked imagination and lacked him, being in his groove.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
one of the things that I saw that Tank was doing was cutting off his angle. He didn't
Yeah.
never let him plant in the ground so he can throw that quick left hook. So like you were saying, it agitated him, man, and that was one of the things where when I heard Tank at the end of the fight, he said, I was just beating him with his ankles. I saw he was just a one-dimensional boxer, and right then and there, that's when I knew that Tank is far better than all those other fighters, man. Have you ever been in a situation, Rashad, where you knew like, oh, this dude, he's an amateur, even though he's in this space, he don't belong here with me. You ever had one of those times?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely levels to it. You know what I'm saying? And you can feel when somebody ain't got that level. And that's a pleasant surprise because when you go in there, you make whoever it is that's in front of you, you make them into a monster in your mind because you have to. You have to make them into a monster because you got to be willing to go down that path. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes in order to get the job done. And putting your mindset in the fact that this guy that you're facing is a monster is something that will help you to deal with the fact that if he is that monster, but when you go in there and you realize that, he ain't that monster, then the fight gets a lot easier and then you get a little bit more relaxed and then you can start being a little bit more creative out there. And, Tank is just a master at just, knowing his style, and that's the thing with Tank that makes him so hard to beat is because he fights well everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to beat him inside. You're not going to beat him on the outside, even though that he's short. He finds a way to land those punches, and he's so damn fast. And here's the thing: like my coach used to always tell me, listen, no matter what happens in a fight, keep your mind. Keep your mind. Don't lose that battle because when you lose your head, your ass go with it. And that's what we seen with Ryan Garcia with those big old woofing shots that he was throwing.
Oh, hey, man, I'm glad you brought that up because speaking of that, all over the internet, people were saying, "Oh yeah, that punch to the liver was a phantom punch and it was rigged." And then they said the same thing about Israel Adesanya on his fight with Poirier. I was like, man, you guys have never been in the ring and gotten hit. or understand
Yeah.
how these punches work. like tell people like what is it like when the liver punches or you catch that punch like Poirier. He didn't see that punch coming. That
Nah.
hook that Adesanya hit him with.
Now, in a fight, with the adrenaline going, sometimes you go out there and you don't really feel all the punches. Sometimes you don't go out there and feel all the punches. You just kind of feel like it feels the camera. You feel like the camera rattle, right? But you're not necessarily feeling that impact. But there are certain techniques that you feel almost immediately. In MMA, when you get kicked in the lower part of the leg around the calf area, you feel it immediately. You feel it immediately, most of the time in the leg kicks. And the body shots is another one that you feel immediately, and you try to walk it off, but when you get hit with a good body shot, it makes you feel like you got a shit, and it makes you feel like you got stabbed at the same time, and you just and you don't know. You don't know what happened, but you feel like something is not going to be the same after that fight's over with. So it kind of makes you panic for a second, but it it's a debilitating shot because it makes you the rest of your body not work.
Yeah, I know that. And the first time I got hit with a punch to the liver, I was 16 years old. I started getting a little bigger and stronger, and I started, I challenged my father to a fight, and he didn't hit me. He didn't hit me in the face. I attacked him, and I went up top, and then all of a sudden left my body open. He hit me right. Oh,
Oh,
Oh, we lost him. We lost you, Ray. Ray. All right, we lost him, man. We lost
yeah.
the signal. All right, well, he
Yeah,
coming
but
back on, man.
it's them body shots, man. Them body shots, they
Take the air
sneaky.
out you.
Yeah, they sneaky because you try to fight it off because I'm sure he got hit in the body. He got hit in the body many times before that. And sometimes you take a good body shot, you like, ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. But you get hit with that one, you try to walk it off and try to play it cool. The body says, no, sir, sit your ass down. And you have no choice but to take a knee. But the most frustrating part about it is after you experience that sharp pain that's debilitating that you can't get up, you'll be over in about 30 seconds. But that's about 20 seconds too late. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah. Nah, that's the worst
that's
one
what
right
it was.
there.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
because
exactly.
when the referee was counting down for Ryan Garcia, he was like,
You can't
he was like
breathe.
9.
Yeah, you can't
I
breathe.
can't do it. I can't do it.
You probably had to go. You probably had to go check and see maybe he booed his pants. That's what. That'll make you not want to fight. Yeah.
Man, get that man a tampon.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Ryan, that was a good learning experience. He's a young guy, and being in your first big fight, you kind of mess up the cadence of the rhythm of the fight because you allow the nerves and the excitement to get to you. You almost got to divorce yourself from the emotions before you go out there and think of just in a matter of like, you know what, this is me just taking care of business and not take it so personal, because if you go in there and you are fighting with that energy level, it's not sustainable because it's a big adrenaline. And if you try to fight at that level throughout the rest of the fight, you're going to have a huge adrenaline dump and you're going to feel tired when you know that you're in shape.
Oof. Wow. That's the
like you said, there's levels to it, Prince.
Yeah, there's levels to it.
Baby.
Levels to
Hey,
it.
Rashad, man. I know you got in 2019. You got inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame, man. How does it feel for you to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
It felt good, man. It felt a lot better than I thought it would be, to be honest. I'm not really one for accolades or awards or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I do my work and I leave it at that. I don't want to stay attached to it. It is what it is, right? But what made me feel so proud and happy that I didn't expect was just, getting my flowers from the fans and from, the fellow fighters and just people just let me know what I meant to them as far as competing in the sport. And to me, that touched me because you hope for something like that to happen. You really hope that your effort and the time that you spent in the sport is noticed, and to be noticed like that, it meant the world to me in a lot of different ways.
Oh man, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Beautiful, man. I know you got to get out of here, brother. I want to, I appreciate you jumping in with us, but I want you to tell the people what you're up to now and where they can find you.
Yeah, I got a lot of different things going on, man. I got this functional mushroom company going on right now called Umbo. Functional mushroom, not the psychedelic kind, but the functional mushrooms where, the legal kind, the lion's mane, the turkey tail, the cordyceps, those kind of mushrooms. And, it's good just for really building the neurological health and helping out the body, alleviate from a lot of the stressors in life, you know what I'm saying, to really help with the cortisol levels and manage it out, because with these adaptogens, which these mushrooms are, they have a systematic way of just kind of giving your body what it needs in particular. And, we're all lacking something. So what these mushrooms do is it kind of fill in the space a little bit and help us out. in ways that we don't really imagine, because here in the West, we're not so much on the Western, the whole Eastern kick when it comes to understanding what these mushrooms do. From Chinese medicine point of view and from the Ayurvedic medicine point of view, they study these mushrooms for thousands of years and they know the effects. So these mushrooms are really good also with, with helping with cancer and all these different things. When people taking chemotherapy, a lot of the oncologists, they tell them to take the functional mushrooms and the turkey tail, because it helps breed healthy gut bacteria, and it helps them with digestive issues that usually come by way of having that medicine, the chemo in them. So there's a lot of things that we still are learning about functional mushrooms and mushrooms in general. So I feel I got into something as far as the functional mushrooms that resonate with my fan base, and not only that, with just some of the fighters who can definitely use it to come out of the fog that getting hit in the head a lot of times can do. So I've been working on that project. I got a unattended retail business that I've been doing, all things vending, and I'm doing it all, man. I'm out there trying to get my hand into many things as I can, because at this stage in my career right now, I've done the fight thing and I'm still a broadcaster and analyst. So I try to use that as a vehicle to kind of open some other doors in other areas where it's not around fighting. So if the whole fighting game stopped, I'll still be able to do what I need to do to take care of my family.
We talk about that all the time on the show, don't we, Prince? Say secure the bag, man. Make sure you have multiple streams of revenue.
Yes,
Understand you're not one dimensional.
Yeah,
Man,
and that's the thing, man. Just trying to stay, fluid in business, and really try to, maximize the opportunity, because unfortunately, as a mixed martial artist, I'm not going to make the kind of money that the big three sports make, right? Where I can just, go sit down and chill on a yacht. You know what I'm saying? So my retirement is more just, I'm done with fighting, but I still got to go out there and still put in some work to make sure that I can truly put a nice comfort cushion of financial wealth ahead of me, so I can really get to the stage where I can kind of coast and chill out. But I'm not there yet, and I'm working to get there. But it's been a fun process, just kind of reinventing myself. Coming from the whole fight game, there's a bit of a hangover, to say the least. I'm saying, that depression and anxiety that comes with that transition from the sport. And a lot of people don't talk about it. I didn't really realize what I was up against from a mental standpoint, just trying to reinvent myself when I stepped away from the sport. But it was something that took me a couple of years to kind of recalibrate myself and just reestablish, my identity, because I tried not to build my house in sand as far as my identity is concerned, being Sugar Rashad Evans and stuff like that. I tried to make, Sugar Rashad Evans just be the former for the UFC, but at the same time, keep Rashad Evans, separate from all of that. But through taking pictures and just through the adulation that you get just from people, wanting to be next to you, you kind of start to feel yourself a little bit, and not that feeling yourself is bad, but you always got to keep your toes on the ground, because at the end of the day, it is just a phase in your life, and you will be out of that phase. And coming to the end of that phase for me was tough, because I really didn't expect it to hit me that hard, mentally speaking.
Man, come, man. Hey, Ray, go and get him a Nobel Peace Prize, baby.
I know he was talking your language, Prince, because Prince went to a monastery with monks, and he had an identity crisis after the NFL. So man, that's right on. Sometimes when the lights go out, it's hard to figure out, what's next.
What's next? Yeah.
What's next? Who are you? And what you stand for? So you gotta learn how to anchor yourself, man, with so much chaos going on around you. So, man, I commend that. I think that's beautiful, man. I don't know if you practice any mindfulness or meditation, man, but if
all
you
the
did,
time,
man,
all the time, man.
Man, how has that improved your life and helped you with re-identifying with yourself?
It really helped me a lot, because being able to sit quietly with myself and being able to look at myself was something that, I stayed so busy. I didn't really have to have that kind of focus, because there's always one thing to the next thing to the next thing. But when it all stopped, I was just left with me, and being able to go to the depths of my psyche, being able to go to the depths of some of the things that, I was feeling was what I really needed to do to really uncover what was underneath. And, it took a while to do so. I used, I was able to use some mushrooms, the psilocybin mushrooms, and I've done all the spiritual journeys when it comes to plant medicine is concerned, and that's helped me out a lot too, because it helped me unpack a lot of things that was really hard for me to see from a perspective standpoint. In life, I feel like you can conquer anything as long as you have the proper perspective. But one thing that comes with perspective is time, and sometimes you don't have that time. And being able to get the perspective in real time when you're using these plant medicines, it was really one of the driving forces that really helped me to kind of get an understanding of where I wanted to be and what did I want out of the rest of my life.
Look, man, my guru at the monastery said not all drugs are bad. You need some drugs to get you to where you want to go, and then you work towards that. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Ray, go ahead. I know you're
No, I was just saying, we always end the show with our motivational comments and everything. With Rashad out here dropping gems for it's like,
you got me gems, man. I was like, man, get this man a scholar, give him his Nobel Peace Prize, man, because he's doing amazing things, man. Rashad, what can everybody find you, man? What can they find? Can they find you on Instagram?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Sugar Rashad Evans. I drop a little bit on there. I've been on there a bit, but I even had to take a step back from the social media a bit just to kind of take some time to clear out my mind and just kind of build back the right way, because I feel like I love those apps and they're a lot of fun and kind of use and really find a way to connect with people and spread a message and stuff like that. And I don't forsake my platform, but at the same time, I don't want to be consumed by it. I don't want to be consumed by it to the point where it gets a disconnect from me and my daily life and things like that. So I share what I like to share. I share what's important to me, but I don't share everything. But I mean, if anybody hit me up on IG, I'll be sure to answer you.
Man. Ray, I don't know if I have any words of wisdom today, man.
we don't, man. You can't end the show better than that, man. I think we just take it from right here. We got to inspire people, we got to educate people, and they got to see another side of somebody they may not have known from thinking he's just an athlete and a fighter. Yeah. But you get to see a whole nother side, man. So I appreciate you, brother Rashad. Man, meeting you and connecting with you, man, it's been a blessing. We had some great conversations. So I appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing where it goes.
No doubt, man. Yeah. Thank you, Prince. I appreciate you. Ray Leonard, I appreciate you as well, man. Let's stay in contact and let's get up again.
Man, let's make it happen, baby.
Yeah.
Peace. All right, ringside. Peace.
All right, peace.
Ringside, y'all. That's it. Peace and power.